Hello, everybody. Goeienaand, good evening, and welcome again. Welcome to everybody that's live on here. It's really always a highlight for my life to be on a team call with all of you. If you are able to, please put on your camera. It's always nice to see some faces. So thank you for those that are able to. And of course, as I said, if you're in your up and you don't have to put on your camera, but it's always nice to see all of you. All right, before we head into something that I was really moved by what I'm going to share tonight on. And I know some of you on here is maybe not Christian. I know that some of you may believe something else, but I do believe that everybody can get a message from this because it was really something that spoke to my heart. But before we're going to get to that, I would love, and I've asked Tracy and anybody else who'd want to maybe just share with us your experience, like 1 or 2 minutes, a quick share, please. Otherwise, we're not going to get through it, about the roadshows that you attended. All right. So, Trace, would love to hear from you. How was the roadshow?
Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if you saw what I put on our group today, but if you haven't been to a roadshow and you've been sitting on the edge thinking, maybe I should, maybe I shouldn't, I'm telling you right now, do yourself a favor, make a trip to Bloemfontein or to Cape Town. If you're not there, make a trip there and go to the roadshows. They are well worth everything that you do, the fun that you have and the people that you meet. I got to meet Leandra. And I know it doesn't mean anything to a lot of you, but Leandra and I have talked for many, 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 many moons. And at long last, she actually made the trip up to Pretoria. And because I couldn't make the Joburg one, I made the Pretoria one. And I'm telling you now, it was well worth it. So much so that Charlie and I were actually, because he couldn't make the Pretoria one as well, we were actually going to go down to Bloemfontein. Sorry, to Durban.
Come to
To go
Bloemfontein.
see
Come to Bloemfontein. We don't mind. You can come.
back this weekend. But unfortunately, my daughter, who's 23, was just about in tears because we'd been away so long. Please don't go again this weekend. So we didn't. Sorry, Durban, but you're not seeing us. But we wanted to because I enjoyed it so much and I learned so much that I wanted Charlie to also learn what what we what we've been subjected to.
Oh, thank you for sharing, Trace. That's really, really awesome to hear. And yeah, and I think the most important thing is also going, but also bringing someone. That's also, I think, a very important one. Okay, I see Val would love to share, and I'd love to hear from you, Val, because this was also your first experience to any like the doTERRA event, right?
Totally. I was so excited. You have no idea. I was like a child. If you can imagine a septuagenarian actually counting the sleepies to get to a road show, then that's me. It was amazing. It met every thought, every kind of feeling I had that it would be beyond that. When we arrived there, we were greeted, as I'm sure you all are at these roadshows. They greeted us with wild orange and peppermint, so I made a point of having some of that. And then into the venue, it was at the V&A waterfront, at the aquarium, and the venue was sort of adjacent to the aquarium, so you actually saw some of the fish in the next room swimming around the glass there. It was actually really wonderful. The stations were all there. I couldn't wait to get to the stations and have a look because we were early. So I wanted to see what it was all about and get the feel of the roadshow and what all went into it for the day or for the morning. So I made a beeline for certain of the stalls and stations, and Dennis and my daughter, they went and had a look at others. So we had an absolutely amazing time. the tasting was after the show, but it was just lovely just to listen to the presentations. I couldn't get over Dr. Tanya Euster, how easily she kept us so riveted. And I mean, this was all kind of sort of scientific type information, but it was in a very easy to understand, I guess. I wouldn't have been able to do it, but easy to understand the flow.
Yeah, for sure.
And then afterwards was Shannon Smuts, who presented the pathway, the path to 8,000 Rand, the business side of the show. And then we all had to go on the wheel. And Tracy mentioned she'd also had to go on the wheel. That was very exciting for me. And yeah, so we all won. Everybody walked away very happy. And Ingrid had invited a guest and she was extremely happy. So it was all in all a fabulous morning.
That is amazing. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I think every single time that I get to experience the doTERRA community, not just our team, because our team is the best, right? We have the best, amazing team. All of you is amazing. But what I love about the whole doTERRA community, the doTERRA corporate, they're just on another level. And I think that is probably the thing that I love the most about going to these events is just experiencing other teams, learning from them, rubbing shoulders with somebody else and just picking up on something else and then seeing how big doTERRA really is. So, yeah, thank you for sharing. I want to encourage you, buy your ticket. If you are in Bloemfontein and in Cape Town, you have, not a Cape Town, Durban, you have no excuse. You have to attend those. But if you are far, Tracy says you need to travel to us. Come, we don't mind. We'll host you in Bloemfontein. Come. And of course, Durban. So, and then the other thing is if you have people in those areas, just make sure that if you are sending somebody to an area and you are not there, that they are connected with someone in our team. So reach out and say, Marty, my cousin stays there. I'm sending her. Ask them to connect with us so that we make sure that they feel, together with the community. So very excited about that for sure. Okay. I have a couple of things that I want to share with you guys. And I actually was busy listening to one of the pastors who spoke at our Dream Week of our church, because we go to CRC and it's this big event that they've got, and they always have all of these, speakers from across the country, across the world actually speaking. And when I listened to this call, and again, I know it is maybe more spiritual than for some of you maybe are not there yet, but I want you to take from this what it can mean for you, whatever it is that you can get from this, because there's a couple of things about this business. The first thing is that our business truly is such an incredible opportunity to create the life that you want. It really, really, truly is. And for some, it might take a quick second, right? And although I'm not going to be able to ask Siri to speak tonight because she is busy driving, so we'll celebrate her next week properly. Let her speak about going gold, for instance, this month. And Tina Diamond, many of you on here have reached highs in your business. Tracy, you've had a couple enrollments now, every single month, getting your 1, 2, 3, getting your power of 3. So for everybody, growth looks differently. But what I want us to take from this is to know that this business really does work. It does. And if maybe something is holding you back, or maybe you haven't reached exactly what it is that you want to, I want you to think about a couple of things. There's a couple of things that I think is so important. And this is something that I know for myself and many of you on here that I get to walk this path with. I know that doTERRA is an answered prayer. I know doTERRA is part of your faith walk. Never mind, something that you've prayed for and hoped for and believed for. So for myself, every single day, today again, I was just so grateful knowing that I get to do what I do. It was such a wonderful time for me to be away with my family last week. I missed all of you, of course. But it was such a wonderful thing knowing that when I come back, I just get to be a part. I mean, while I was in the Kruger, I was busy with doTERRA anyhow, right? But we get to do something that is so powerful. So there's a couple of things, and I was listening to this one message about faith is your permit. And again, if maybe, your belief is a little bit different, that's also perfectly fine. But we all need to believe something, right? Even if it is something. And I think this is what stood out for me from this message that I listened to. And it is really about, number one, that this is not by accident that you are here. Do you know what big role we get to play in our country? We get to be the first people who know about essential oils, who know about the power of essential oils, not those stuff that you buy over the counter, right? Because many people have been using it. But we are the forerunners of this country's movement into natural wellness. Most of the people that we know nothing about essential oils. Would you agree? They don't know anything about essential oils. Most of the people that we know don't know anything about natural wellness. Most people aren't even looking, and we've spoken about this many times, but we are the people that are going to take this to them. We are the people who are the forerunners. So being a forerunner, unfortunately, also means you have to build up some resilience. You have to be like what is a rotel? Honey badger. You have to be as tough as a honey badger. You really do have to be as tough as a honey badger. But tell them a little bit about that video that we saw about the honey badger. Maybe some of you saw it. The one that was kicked around.
So there was a reel doing its rounds about a honey badger and an elephant, and where the elephant was kicking this honey badger, and the honey badger just kept on going back and back and back, and it doesn't matter how much the elephant kicked the honey badger, it would just go back again.
I mean, an elephant kicking. Okay, who of you don't know what a honey badger is? Have you ever heard the saying as tough as a rotel? So tuis soos 'n rotel. That's Afrikaans. So it doesn't sound the same as like as tough as a honey badger, but so tuis soos 'n rotel. It's like you have to have a tough skill. I mean that it just goes back and back and back. Why? Because it knows what it wants. It knows its purpose. It knows like this is what I'm going to do. Not meaning we have to go back and be kicked by people, but to know that when those people who say, oh no, these oils don't work, or are you crazy, these oils, what do you believe in those things? Like every time that happens, it hurts. It's hurtful when you want to help somebody and you know that you've got the answer that's going to change, make their life better. Or maybe you know that this business will change someone's life. The purpose of what we've got to do, what we do. Will change someone's life. Like they're lonely, they don't have any purpose, and you know that this is the answer, but they say no. It's hurtful. It's hurtful when people don't understand what we are doing, and then you might feel like, yo, I'm not gonna share with those people anymore. I'm gonna share with the people that I know, like essential oils. I'm not going to try and speak to the people who has no knowledge of this. But I mean, what's the purpose in that? Where's your faith, or where's your toughness then coming from? For myself, I know that this is what I'm supposed to do. I've made up my mind, and I know for many of you it's the same. And I think sometimes it's so important to be reminded that when you speak to someone, that you need to have that toughness. So that when they say, no, thanks, this isn't for me, you don't take it personally. Some will actually never say no, yes. But we also have to ask the right questions when we speak to them. Okay, I wanted to do a poll, but it's gonna take me too long to do that quickly. In the chat box, I'm gonna give you 3 options, right? You're gonna choose which one is the one you got started for. So I want you to put a 1 in the chat box if you got started with doTERRA for the oils. Personal reason, for your dog. We all know Tracy. But if you got started because of the oils was your thing that made you start. I mean, look at this. Janet, Val, I think iPhone is Annalise, right? Ursula, Irene, Tracy. Okay, number 1, right? Okay, Elsa. Number 2, if you joined doTERRA primarily because you were looking for an income, and this looked like a good idea, like number 2. If you think, Roxanne, I see quite a lot of that ones as well. Louisa 2, Elmarie 2, myself and Franz 2, we were looking for a business. And then number 3, you were looking for a business and you looked at the products and you thought, all right, this is a good idea. I have no idea what oils are or anything like that, but I just think like this might be a good idea to do this as a business, as a casual sharer with no intention to really build, but maybe now, being more a part of doTERRA, you are starting to cast a vision for yourself. Charlie, Anne, Janet, Debbie, Ursula, Val. You see all those names, guys? This is incredible. Because we need to, and it's such an important thing to remember when we are speaking to somebody. When I'm having a conversation with somebody, that number 1, I don't just, we should never just think Marie, Lindy, all of those people. And they are great builders, right? They are great sharers. Those people that you see answering there, every single one of you are amazing at what you do. So when you are having a conversation with somebody, to know that maybe they just need to be your customer. They have no interest at the moment to build the business, ever even. They might change their mind, like number 1 and number 3. They might decide now I'm ready to build the business. But it is having that conversation and to understand and to give them that freedom of choice. And then to also realize that many people are not going to build doTERRA as a business, but you don't need all of them to build a business. You need good customers and some business partners. And some of your business partners will be the people that started by just loving the product. And that's really, really fine. And the amount of people that you speak to is going to determine the speed at what you grow out. It's nothing else. Because the more people you speak to, the more people will say no, and the more people will say yes. It's really a numbers thing. So this video that I was listening to, and it's really incredible. It was a faith message, but it wasn't just about, church and believing, like it was about this life that we believe for and how we can wait for things to happen for us or how we can make things happen. And he actually spoke about the woman with the issue of blood, right? And how she didn't wait for, God's hand to touch her. And then she went and touched God and got what was hers. And it was such a powerful message. It spoke so to my heart. about going out there and believing that this is what is meant for me and what I'm bringing to the people. Because my heart, I don't know what your heart is, right? My heart is, number one, as all of you knew, it was just to provide for my family. I was just sick and tired of not being able to provide for my boys, of always feeling, there's lack, we can't do anything, and also not having purpose in the work that I was doing. But it's become so much more. It's become one of my greatest passions. I love sharing the oils. I absolutely love it. I love being able to give a drop of oil. I can't wait. I oil anybody that's in close proximity to me. I don't mind sharing the oils all the time, like all of you do. But I absolutely love the business. I absolutely love this community that we get to build, this oneness, this movement that we are creating together. I love people, like Tracy was saying, she couldn't wait to meet Leandra. And I mean, this is a community. How amazing is it when you meet someone for the first time, you feel like you are family? Would you agree? Those of you who've met now people it's like, this is my family. They feel the same as I do. They have the same vision. They go through the same struggles. They go through the same beliefs. I mean, who can honestly say that every time one of our team members, from Nicolette and Janette and now Tina, that has become founders, were you happy for them? As happy as you would have been if it was you yourself? 100%. I know that for a fact. And being able to create that, I think this is what fills my cup more than anything else. I just love to connect with all of you. I wish I can meet all of you every single week and be together and have a big party. I mean, that would just, like, I can just imagine all of us going to an island having a party the whole day long. Can you imagine? We'll oil everybody on that island. I just love what we get to do. And we get to be those people. But we have to decide that this is my season. You cannot wait. Wait till you feel ready. Wait till it's perfect. You have to work through the motions. I can recall many conversations with, and I mean, myself and Janette stay in the same town, right? So we had a lot of conversations about things. I can recall many conversations that we have, about struggling with this, or how do we talk about this? And if I look at our calls in the beginning and the things that we are now at, we are still learning, but we've grown through learning what not to say, maybe how to change things. Do we still make mistakes? Many, plenty. I make a lot of mistakes still. But I really try my best to learn from that and to listen to the people. But I do believe in my heart of hearts that this is the season for us to be able to take doTERRA to this world of ours. But it does mean that we need more skills and we need to maybe learn and grow in a couple of things. And we need some faith, right? Even if you're not a Christian, I don't know if for those of you not, you need to believe in something. You need to believe like this is possible, to walk by faith and to realize that there is people out there waiting for you to share with them about these oils. Because I want to just remind this again and say this. Is doTERRA as a business working? Is it working? Are there people enrolling people, ranking up, selling blends, helping people with their things, creating communities, giving hope to people? Because remember, it's not just about business, it's not just about income, right? If it was just about income, many of you won't even build the business because that's not what you'll drive, right? We all need money. I mean, true. But I know for a fact and I'm okay, so the people whose cameras is on is the people that I see. So so Trace, I mean, if we had to say to Tracy, Tracy, you have to do this because you have to earn 20,000 rand a month. This is what you have to do. But Tracy wouldn't be here, right,
I
Trace?
feel that your animals need it more than you do.
Exactly.
That's what I tell you. I actually today sent somebody oil. She said, I've had a very hard time because they've had to pay so much for the vet fees and all that type of thing. And I said to her, look, I'm sending you the oils. When you can pay, pay. But don't not give the animal the oils because you feel you can't afford it. I said, just go, take the oils, you pay when you've got the money. That's I'm blessed. I could say that to her.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Um, Thanks, Trace. And I mean, that's true. But now, if we look at Charlie, who's Tracy's husband, Charlie also, love the oils now. But Charlie has got a business mind. So, I mean, Charlie, you would love to see the income. And you saw, Charlie, what made you change your mind the first time? Because I know when you went to convention, was it last year, right?
Last year, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, it's just the fact that I saw so many people doing such good things and helping so many people at that convention. So I felt I had to get involved.
You did, right? And you came back and you said, listen, I want to, build this business.
Yeah.
And it's such an incredible thing to see that for everybody, it's something else. It's not this. We all need money. Every single person on here needs money for something. We all love the products, but there's something else that needs to click. What is your purpose and your thing? Now, Roxanne, sorry, I see your camera is also on. I'm going to ask you a question. So, Rox, I mean, what is the main reason why you love building or doing the business?
It's actually helping people, finding solutions that can definitely help them, and a natural way. Natural is very important to me. It's very important that you have something that you can use without side effects. And it's just great to see that people can be helped in that way and not have to always turn to medication. That's the main thing for me.
Yeah, and you're a mom with a young, beautiful girl. I mean, as a mom, being able to have these solutions to help your child,
Yes.
your heart
Yeah,
is
have them at home.
well, and to help other
Don't
moms.
have to go to the doctor. Yes.
I mean, it's such a wonderful thing, and you can see it, and I mean, faith leads you. That's what you do, but I love seeing you stand up as this mom who's like sharing about your faith, sharing about these solutions, helping your daughter, and teaching other moms to do the same.
Yeah.
Now, again, I want to say this. Most moms out there isn't looking for natural solutions. They don't think they work.
No, they don't.
And the only way that they are going to know that they are is if we are consistently walking this movement and showing and being consistent and showing up and doing the things that are showing them this is the answer.
Very true. Yeah. Got to educate everybody. Nobody really knows that natural solutions are there. They just do it because, they just take the medication and do all of those things because that's what they were taught. So nobody really knows.
They don't know. And really they aren't looking. Sometimes that I've told you guys this, I use ChatGPT sometimes to help me do a post. I don't do a lot of posts. I'm trying to be like way more consistent on social. But I was asking how to create a post. And then in the middle of my post, I changed my wording to him and I said, please know that 95% probably of my existing customers we're not looking for oils or natural solutions, and most of the people that we speak to isn't. And he said, oh, that's a good point to know. Because really people aren't looking. I'm going to ask on here, those of you, there's 41 people on the call now. anybody on here who was looking and knowing the power of natural solutions before they joined doTERRA and was actively looking for that, I want you to put a me in the chat box right now. Let's see, out of 41 people, Roxanne. Okay, let's see. Val. I'm going to be very interested to see. Danita. Danita. Yes, I know. You were drinking, your daughter. Anne was using our dentist, Ursula. Annalise, Tina. Okay, so we are on 7 people so far. If we have to do a poll in our customer groups, I'm 100% sure that less than 20% will say yes. Less than 20% will say, I was actively looking, or I've been growing up this way. Less than 20%. Most people just don't know. And that is so exciting for you and me, because you and I get to share this with people. But in order to do that, okay, what do we have to be? So tuis was a rotel. Because people are going to have opinions. They do. They have opinions. They think these things don't work, or it's some other weird voodoo or whatever. And then eventually they keep on coming back and back. Now, one of my sharers works at a primary school in Bloemfontein. And she's been using the oils for almost 3 years. Now, she's shared here and there. She's like enrolled somebody in the beginning, and she went on loyalty. And then about 2 years later, I think she canceled the loyalty. She said to me, listen, Marty, I'm going to cancel it. I'm not using it. And I said, no problem. I mean, I was sad, of course, but I can't force her. And the month after she canceled, her husband ordered another deep blue rub. And then the month after that, it was 2 oils for the school. And the month after that, so it literally went like that just after she canceled her loyalty. And I said to her, I really do think you should reconsider it, because you are actually now losing out on all of these points. And then their school, she wanted to do a small little thing. It's like for the admin ladies, the financial ladies. They did something. The school like sponsors them or something. And she asked me to come and do a thing. And what I did is I did 3 rollers each, 5 ml rollers. I think we charged them 150 Rand or something. It wasn't to make money. So definitely it was costing me something, but I didn't mind, because I thought it's an opportunity. And every single woman that came to that DIY class was blown away. They all were blown away with just the oils, and they were like, oh, this is what you were telling us all the time. And so probably a month after that, I had another call with the arbeidstherapie, the OT, the whatever, all of those from the, how do you say that? How do you say that word, Roxanne?
Remedial.
Remedial. Thanks, Tracy. With the remedial teachers. And we sat down, we had a great conversation. And I think she's probably enrolled 4 or 5 teachers and other people in the school. From that, I've visited patients that this one lady sees at a hospital, that the OT of the school, the arbeidstherapie, all of them now have diffusers and oils in their classrooms. And that teacher said that if it's young primary school, when the children walk in and the diffusers off, they'll tell her, why is it off, teacher? Please put this on. And what she's seen is, when it's on, these children speak easily. They actually speak easily. How long did it take her? Almost 3 years of sowing seed, of nobody having any interest in the oils. And now most of those teachers are using some of the oils, and they are just, spreading from there. Was it worth it for her to wait? luckily she went back onto loyalty, and she's now just, continually sharing because she loves the product. But isn't that incredible? But it's not going to happen to all our schools if we just hold back. So I know this is a little bit of message of boldness in faith, but this is really what I believe, because for myself, this is how I built my business. I trust that God has got the right people waiting for me, customers and business builders. And that's how most of you came in my life. I trust every single time that God is sending me the right person, letting me be at the right place at the right time. And it's not about being perfect. It is really not about being perfect. It is just about having faith, moving, trusting for the right thing to happen at the right time, and just continue to share with the people around you. I want to quickly, I'm gonna stop this quickly because I want to share a short little video that I saw today, and I'm going to share it in the group as well. And it was about not necessarily needing more motivation or more like encouragement to do something, but actually having
purpose. Those that
I just want this video to start over. It was about you all know Dean Graziosi, right? And he spoke about
stop being a procrastinator. Like,
the question was asked to him, why are people procrastinating? Like, why aren't entrepreneurs like taking action? Like, what is it that's holding them back? And I want to play this video to you. I just want to make sure how to get it to start again from the beginning. So you're going to have to hold on a second. But this was such a powerful message for me. And I really wanted to share it with you guys. So just hold on a second. I'm going to, are you guys seeing this? Okay. All right. I don't know how to make it bigger though. Is there anybody who knows? Okay. I'm gonna let it play as soon as okay. Here it goes.
they're paralyzed by inaction. Any advice when it comes to actually executing and carrying out, taking the action? When people aren't taking action, a lot of times they think,
can you hear the sound? Not really. Okay. Franz.
Yes.
Franz is a little bit louder. Okay.
procrastinator. I need a time management program. It's not true. You need a bigger purpose. If your brother said, hey, your brother is in New Mexico. He's dying for a cup of coffee. Could you bring him one right now? But you can't have a car. You just got to get there. Like, I'm not bringing my brother a cup of coffee. It's no purpose. But if someone said, hey, your brother's in New Mexico and something happened and he needs your kidney and you got to get there right now to save his life, but you don't have a car, I bet you would run out of this room right now, literally, because it would be a strong enough purpose. Those that succeed have a purpose that outweighs fear. It outweighs feeling like you'll be judged by your peers and your friends. So foundationally, people come and go, I need a time management program. I need to stop being a procrastinator. I'm like, no, you don't. You need a big enough why. You need a big enough purpose that nothing gets in your damn way. And then you must take the actions that are uncomfortable. Where I see people get stuck is they do all the stuff they like. I get to post these cool videos. I get just, oh, but I don't like marketing. I don't know if I want to make a sales page. I don't like, they find these certain areas that aren't attractive to them and they put them off rather than saying, I need to face that fear, that demon, that thing I've been putting off, because that on the other side of that is my next level of success. But you don't have the stamina to do that unless you have a big enough purpose. To be successful, you got to be so innovative, so creative, so persistent that if something gets in your way, you get over it. If there's glass, you crawl through it. If there's steel, you bend it, you melt it, you tunnel under it. And you don't do that with just saying, I want to be rich. You need something deeper. A lot of entrepreneurs, they're paralyzed.
Isn't that powerful? That was so powerful for me. And it's not about motivation. It's not about, but it is purpose. So if there's something that I want to encourage you is to really go and dig deep and say, why am I doing this business? What is it that I want to achieve with this? Where am I going to with this? Because if it isn't purposeful for you, if it isn't that it is speaking to your heart, you might not find, the reason to keep on doing it. Or like, Dean says, not doing the things that is going to take you to the next level. And if you are struggling, so let's say you are struggling to start a conversation with someone. There are so many different tools out there that's going to teach you how to start a conversation, how to ask the right questions. But if you are not willing to do that because it makes you uncomfortable, I don't want to do a sales pitch because they're just going to say no, or I don't want to talk to new people. I can't teach a class. Whatever it is, I don't know enough about the oils. But if your purpose and your why is so big, you will find a way to make it happen. And you will know that what is meant for you will be yours. And again, for those of you who are interested in listening to the message that Pastor Samuel did, it was incredible about just knowing that whatever is meant for you is to go after that in faith and to believe that it's there for you. And that is what I'm believing for all of you. I believe and trust that whatever is meant for you. Trace, if you want to educate all the veterinarians in the Gauteng area and you want to make sure that every single one of them know the power of these oils and you want to get that opportunity, I pray that that door will open for you so that those that are ready for these natural solutions that will understand that there are so much power in on the things that we've got to offer. But it will mean that we're going to talk to many of them who say, no, thank you. I've got no interest. I don't want to know anything about those oils. But I promise you, out there, there's the right one. I had somebody who was in our BNI chapter. She moved to another town and she phoned me while I was in a Kruger. And she's like, Marty, I was at a meeting today. And there was a doctor who said, I'm a doctor, but I love integrating natural solutions. And I just think I love using natural stuff. And it's just incredible. And if you are one of those people, come and speak to me. I would love to, share with you what I do. So she went to her and she spoke to her and she said, listen, do you know anything about doTERRA? And the doctor was like, no. And she's like, I'm going to connect you with somebody. Can I please connect you with somebody that can share with you about these oils? Wasn't that incredible? I was so excited for that. So there are really people out there that are looking for us who don't know about the oils yet. Yeah, it's really the power of just connecting. So trusting that somewhere out there are people who are looking for health, who's looking for purpose, who's looking to belong to a community, for better finances, for just health, to become the leader who they are meant to be, who wants to help other women and other moms become who they want to be. There are people out there looking for what we have to offer.
And for looking after the animals.
And I will never forget that, Trace. Never forget that. For sure, right? There are people out there who loves their animals more than their people. They will do anything in this world, but they don't know that these oils will help them. They don't know yet. And that is the wonderful thing of what we have to do. But we have to be as tough as a rattle.
Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. Nee.
Hulle weet nie wat ons weet nie. So what is the answer? How are they going to know what we know? How will they get?
Teach them.
We have to teach them. We have to show up. We have to do the things that we don't feel like doing. And we have to ask them to get started because we can't just share. I can't just share, oh, Deep Blue is amazing. This is the best thing ever. I just love putting this on my muscles and I can't go to gym without it. But I never ever ask you if you want to buy. It's like, I'm just a showcase. I'm just showcasing. No, I have to also give you the opportunity to buy this. And I have to say, this is 755 Rand if you buy it, but it will be worth every single penny that you spend on this. When I tell people about Deep Blue, rub, and I say, okay, come here, and I give them a piece and I say, rub this anywhere that it's sore. And I let them rub it. And I say, okay, number one, did you see how little I gave you? I say, this is 755 Rand. But I can phone 100, 200 people right now that will tell you they will never, ever, ever not have this in their home. Most of my customers, this lasts for 4 to 6 months, and some even a year. This is more than double what deep heat cost or anything. But I promise you that the value that you'll get from this, you will never not have deep blue. I share that every single time that I speak to somebody about deep blue. Why am I this confident about this product? Who wants to say? Why am I this confident about this product?
Because
Trace, yeah?
you've used it.
I use it every single day. If it wasn't for this, I wouldn't be able to go to the gym. I wouldn't even, I say this every week, I won't even be able to make it up the steps because we gym on the second floor. I use it and I know what this has meant for me. This has meant for me that I can actually exercise and give my full. I mean, my husband, what would you do without deep blue?
Won't get out of bed.
I mean,
No, it works.
Okay, who of you now?
Can I say
Yes.
something? So
Yes.
the other day we were in Durban, and my uncle is 75 years old, and he said, "Listen, he's not just going to give you praise if it just for free." So he said, "Listen, your product is it's not that." What did he say? He said the product is actually bad because he puts it on his shoulder, goes to gym, he doesn't feel any pain, then he overdoes it at the gym because he didn't feel any pain. And yeah, so it's like because he's got bad shoulders because he played a lot of squash when he was younger. And he said the stuff really, really works.
Yeah, I mean, and this is the thing. I mean, I have no issue of selling this to somebody. This is one of the products that I sell more out of hand than anything else. This is my number one seller, like individual oil or product that I sell, Deep Blue Rub, more than anything else. And Copaiba. With this Copaiba. But Deep Blue Rub is one of those things. And in the beginning, it was difficult for me to say 755 Rand. It was difficult for me to say this, but it's not at all because I know that they will get so much more value out of this in comparison to anything else that they buy. So it is that we are a product of the product and we get to help them discover that. Okay. We're almost at the end of our call tonight, but I want to quickly talk about 3 conversations that you have. And the third one is the most, well, not the most important, but this is the one that we forget because and if you're not a Christian, you talk to someone else. I don't know who, but I talk to God, right? I talk to God. I believe, I say, this is what I want to achieve. This is where I'm going to, and I can say all these things. And I can talk to others. I can say to my husband and my children and all of you, like Blue Diamond, it's on my phone. And I'm trusting this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create diamonds. I want more founders in our team. I want people to earn their power of 3. And then I go and look in the mirror and I say, you will never, ever do that. Or you can't do it. Someone else can do it. But you won't be able to do it. Does it matter then what I said at number 1 and number 2? Number 3 is probably one of the most important things. It's the conversation that you have with yourself when no one else is listening. For myself, for those of you who know, I mean, I've struggled with the way that I feel about my body for many, many years. I actually really hated my body. And I felt very fat, very ugly about my body. I felt really uncomfortable. And I'm still not there yet because, women, I think we struggle with our body most, well, not all of you, but that is something that I struggled with for a very long time. And only like a year or two ago, I really started to look at this negative self-image that I've got of my body, the way that I look at myself, the way that I speak about myself. And it was my husband who keeps on telling me, you can't keep on saying, because I just say, oh, I'm fat. My metabolism doesn't work. I feel fat. And my boys hear that all the time. And I realized, like, this is the conversation, yeah, that I'm having with myself. I mean, this poor little body that's doing all its best just to help me to be strong and run and do the things that I do and keep on pushing, but I just keep on breaking it down. I keep on saying it's not strong enough, it's not good enough, it's not. And again, I'm not there yet, but it's for the first time in my life that I feel like I don't hate my body. I'm trying to tell my body that I love it. I don't love every piece of it. There's some of it can be less, but I'm just trying to love my body and be healthy and not have this mindset. But out there, I can say all of these things, and it's the same. It can be in any area of your life. If you are feeling, I can't, talk as good as someone else, I can't represent as good, or I can't, I don't know how to speak to people. Every single time that you have that negative thought, you have to change it with something else. You have to change that conversation. You have to start looking at yourself in the mirror. And this is something that I've shared with you guys before. Kyle said to me frequently, and this is when I was elite, he was telling me, what would Presidential Diamond Marty be doing right now? How would she speak to somebody? How will you act when you are a whatever rank or whatever thing you've got in your head that means something to you? How would you act if you have achieved that, what you think? How differently would you act with somebody? Do you think it makes a difference? Because it really doesn't, right? But in your mind, you need to be able to look at somebody and to know that this is my purpose. I'm speaking to you in that authority. And that is what I'm bringing to the table. I am that essential oil educator. I am Tracy Simpson, the Janet Rourke of South Africa. I am Tracy Simpson, the essential oil educator for animals in Africa. I am Roxanne van Wyk. I'm here to teach other moms. I am the essential oil educator for other moms. Val, whatever you are bringing, that purpose. Mpo, Elmarie, Marie, every single one of you, to me. Sidi, Anne, Debbie, Janet, Tanita, Naledi, Marumo. I'm gonna Aria. I'll call all of you on by name. Elsa, Naledi, Tembisile. Like, what is it that you are bringing to this place? What are you bringing when you are speaking to somebody? Lindy, Mehapilo, Annaluz, Lenio, Vuiswa, Ursula, Busiswe, Jabulile, Emma, Cecilia, Ziomi, Emilia, I don't know who that is. Emma, I can see. Zanele, Leticia, Masebo, Charlie, I think I forgot you, and Anne. Don't know if I missed you. Tell me. France. Like, what is your Louisa? What is your purpose? Alida, what is your purpose? Tina. And Tina, congratulations. Tina had her very first enrollment today. I'm so proud of her. Matux, Mpo, every single one of you. What? I bring hope and self-love. I'm bringing excitement, passion, and belief to my acquaintances. What is it what is your purpose? What do you see? I bring life, hope for people. We get to do something incredible And it's way more than selling oils. It's way more. Do not let your inaction paralyze you. Do not feel like it is truly like Dean was saying. If you just could, and I love that way that he talked about, if it's your brother or your sister and it's there and there's a great need, like you will make a way. Like you will work through the nose. You'll be as tough as a rotel, as tight as a rotel. Sorry, I cannot say it in English. I'm bringing lifestyle, hope and love and light. Natural healing to people. We have the most incredible gift of doTERRA. Community, products, hope, healing, financial aid. We have all of that to bring to people. We don't need more motivation to do what we do because all of us you are taking out of your time to be here on a Monday night. You are here because you believe in what you are doing. So there's a couple of things like let go of negative self-talk or not believing that you are able to do it. What is holding you back in your mindset? What have you said about yourself that you need to go and repent of? What do you need to go and look in the mirror and say, I'm sorry that I didn't believe this about you. I'm sorry that I didn't say this to you. Like love on yourself and trust that this is meant for you. Keep on showing up, doing the things that you know you are meant to do. I know many of your stories on here. And the only way that we are going to reach it is by taking those steps of faith and walking like the clearing and sharing every single drop, making sure that we reach it. And if you haven't seen that breakthrough, that miracle yet, then you're not there yet. Then you just need to keep on going. And again, for every single one of us, it's something else. For one, it is, I need to be a diamond. For someone else, it is, I just want to oil every single animal that's around me. Right, Trace? Did I get it right? Animals. For Charlie, like he said, he wants to build this community. I mean, look at all of this. For Tina, to bring a purpose is to bring natural healing to people, bringing lifestyle, hope, bringing change in other people's life and financial freedom. There's none of this is wrong. All of those are excellent. And you know what? All of that is something that doTERRA can actually answer, right? It can. And it has for many. Mr. Kruger, we spoke about this the other day. And just to talk about the financial benefit of doTERRA, that has been really incredible for us. But so much more. I mean, what has doTERRA changed for you in your mindset, in your whole approach with people? Like, what has it meant for you?
You know what? It's much easier for me to speak to people. It's given me a lot more confidence, better lifestyle, healthier body. I feel great. And just by feeling great, it makes it so much easier to go out there and promote doTERRA because I feel great. Because if I didn't feel great, I wouldn't have the confidence that I had. And I would just, I would be down. And I'm so excited about life and where we are right now. And it's taken so much stress off us just being able to have this healthy lifestyle, and also the financial freedom is also taken so much stress off our shoulders because we get to do things now.
Yeah, this is something that Tina said to me the other day. She's like, this income is just insane. It's unbelievable. And again, I know that many of you maybe do not have, a need to be a platinum or a diamond, and that's also fine. But even if you just say, I want to at least earn my second power of 3 with my boost and earn 12 or 15,000 Rand. And some of you want to earn a 6 income with doTERRA. All of that is possible. All of that is possible. It really, truly is. And the only reason that I can say it is because on this team call with us right now, there are people earning a 6 income that are earning their second or their third power of 3 that are earning 20, 30, 40, 50,000 Rand a month with doTERRA. It all depends on what it is that you want to do with your business. And if you're not there yet, what do you have to do? Keep on walking, keep on trusting, keep on sharing with more people. And if you are lacking in a skill to do something, like either reach out and say, this is somewhere that I feel I'm struggling. I can't close, or I feel like if I am speaking, this happens. But it also just becomes easier and better the more you do it. It's like really anything in life. If you bake cake for the first time, you might miss a few ingredients and it might not be great. And then eventually, you look at the recipe and you keep on doing it the way the recipe do, and then the recipe do, and then you can actually then eventually bake the cake without looking at the recipe, right? Have you ever experienced that? Like some recipes you do it. And it's the same with this business. It's the same with this business. It's not a one size fits all, but it works for everyone that wants to put in the effort to do it. But you have to show up and you have to do it. So I've got some October challenge for you guys, for all of us, also for myself, right? Because I just got back. And I want to make sure that my October is as great as I want it to be, because guess what? Whatever we do this month is going to have an effect in November and December. And my first thing was, okay, who wants to have a great December holiday? And I think all of us do. But then I also thought, you know what is the wonderful thing about what we do in November and December specifically? Is how your January is then going to look. And who would love to have a January that's not full of lack, that you can pay, maybe school fees or buy school clothes, or just, pay your rent and all those things that you need to do with your January pay without taking it from your normal salary, maybe. Because this is what your business can do. So I want you to start thinking about all of those things. And go and write down those big goals, one bold goal for this month. And then you can write down your goal for the next 3 months and say, okay, in January, I'd like to earn 10,000 Rand. You know what happens? In December, you can decide how much you want to get in January. But you can work towards that right now. You can work towards your power of 3. You can work towards your fast start. You have to do just more classes, maybe. You have to speak to more people, maybe. But you have to start working on that right now. And this is the business where you can actually determine what you want to create for yourself next week, even by doing the things that you do. So if you have to do more classes, do that. Nunette's not on the call tonight. She traveled to, where did she go to? Vrede with Mersha. They went to do a class there. She's sleeping over there. And I asked her, Nana, and I said, how did it go? And they had like 3 enrollments from the class so far. So classes really do work, even if it's one-on-ones, but they really, really do work. So start thinking, speak to your upline and say, I want to create this. I want to, host something, invite a couple of friends, but start working now to create the December and the January that you want. So you need to write down one rank or something that you want to do. If you want to do like a goal for yourself, I want to have a class in October. I want you to be bold and put that in the group. Will you be bold? Are you going to share that with the group? Who's up for sharing it in the group? Put your hand up if you want to. Come, Trace, I want that hand. Roxanne, Charlie, are you going to be bold and put something in the group? Yes or no? Yes or yes then? Okay, Mr. Franz, are you going to do it? You're going to put your goal on there. And then, yeah, speak, post, share from purpose. What is your purpose? When you speak with somebody, Roxanne, about the oils, Mom, I know how you feel. I've been there. But I promise you, when you use these oils, your life will be so much better because you are going to be empowered. I'm not going to promise you you won't have any health challenges, but you're going to speak from that purpose. And that's what you do anyhow, right? Okay, so let's start working on an incredible month. And yeah, and say this together, like, let this be your walk by faith, not by sight, trusting that the right people are out there for you. You were really called for such a time as this. You are here because this is your destiny. For those of you who don't know, when I was praying and God gave me this, doTERRA, I wrote down and I said, this is my destiny. And I said, team destiny. Because I felt in my heart that this is the destiny that I was called to do. And I feel all of you that is a part of this is part of that destiny, right? Your destiny of what you are meant to do. To bring hope, to bring light, to bring healing to the people around us. So let's go and share this incredible gift of doTERRA, of our community, with the people around us, because we are really only just getting started. There's so much more for us to do. So thank you, everybody, for being on here. Love and appreciate every single one of you. Thank you for your time. You are really all just the reason why we continue to do what we do. We love and appreciate you. Have a wonderful evening, everybody. Bye-bye, everyone. Thank you.